Where the names at? Like, why this got our names messed up? Okay, here we go. Welcome to another episode of East Meets West, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, it is another Pistons episode. State of the Pistons. This is November 24th, 2024, ladies and gentlemen. The Pistons did just suffer another loss, ladies and gentlemen. For all of the Piston fans out there that's like dealing with depression and all of that stuff like that there. Like, yeah. But at least we're not 2 and like 28. You know what I mean? So
2-13.
Yeah.
Right. The
Yeah.
Washington Wizards are currently 2-13.
We're not the Wizards. Shout out to Kyle Kuzma for that tweet last year,
right?
talking about couldn't be me. Yeah, it can now. It really can.
Mr. Karma. Mr.
Yeah,
Karma.
yeah, it might happen to them now. So it's just like, hey, bro. But yeah, we just lost to the Orlando Magic. Cadet Cunningham is out with, I don't know the injury. I'll just spitball a back contusion or something like that, whatever. But yeah, the state of the Pistons. There's no point of really picking out a game. Let's just talk about the overall, because we haven't been here since the Pistons were what was said 4-6. So
Right.
yeah, we're 7-11 now. So I will go down the list, and I'll start at the top with Michael Beasley. Or Michael Beasley. Well, I'm thinking about Michael Beasley. Did I watch something with Malik Beasley?
College season is underway. College
Yeah.
season, right? And
Wait.
he's arguably one of the best, right?
Okay.
College basketball scorers ever. So I mean, maybe
Who?
on the
Michael Beasley?
Michael Beasley,
Oh,
absolutely.
okay. Ooh, see, that's something else we need to talk about.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, let's start with Malik Beasley. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, man,
I early on through the preseason was saying that we should hang on to him. You know what I mean? And a lot of people were like, "Oh, Malik Beasley, this and this and that," and it's like he's probably been the most solid, like steady vet that we have, to be honest. Like, I mean, Tobias is there, but Tobias is what I've always said all along. It's like he'll drop 16 or 21 in one game, and then he'll drop 8 in this game. You know what I mean? So it's just like, what do we don't know what we're going to get from Tobias game in and game out, but with Malik, we're probably going to get 10 points for sure. You know what I mean? It's almost a given. And I just think that he's been really he's been playing his part with this team, and I just like what I see from him. I really do. So what's your observations, Mr. Scout?
Mr. Scout, I know, dude. I've been like ramping up the scouting work, right?
Yeah,
Watching like collegiate
you've been
tape,
all over, yeah,
right? Internationally, yeah. You've seen my Twitter feed or whatever the hell we call it now, X. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
EX.
It seems like every time we talk about Malik Beasley, we inevitably kind of combine him with THJ, Tim Hardaway Jr.
Yeah.
And I think we kind of have to again, right? Because I think the streak, I mean, he's been great these last, definitely since we last recorded, right? So these last 8 games, really, since we last recorded. But specifically, he stepped up in a big way when THJ was, I think, out for about 3 or 4 games.
Yeah.
Because of like concussion, but shit, man, his head slapped, like his head smacked the floor like twice.
Yeah.
Like, like it's never good when your head bounces off the floor like a ball. Like that's all bad. So really that's probably like 3 times his head hit the floor.
Yeah.
But yeah, he stepped up. He was inserted in the starting lineup when THJ was on fire too, which
man.
I mean, obviously his health is more important. His health and his mental faculties. I'm just saying, right? And it's, I mean, the value of both of them, right? Acquiring THJ as a salary dump, getting Beasley, for just cap space, really.
Yeah.
I think it was hard to say. I think even like the most skeptical fans, it's hard to call at the time in the summer when they were signed to call them bad deals, because no, the value of their contract, both essentially being 1-year deals, was great.
Right.
It's now clear. If it wasn't already after 5 games or 8 games or whatever, last time we recorded 18 games. No, to go back to what you said at the top of the episode, both of them are like the most consistent players, and it's not even close.
Yeah.
I mean, make no mistake, all right? Obviously, Cade and Ivey are doing their thing, but at the very least, for the non-Cade and Ivey guys, for the role players, as especially both of them coming as a trade acquisition and a free agent,
Yeah.
I mean, they have exceeded expectations. It's hard. You'd be hard pressed to really feel negative about their game. You could definitely, break down and kind of nitpick and figure out things that they need to be doing better.
Yeah.
But I mean, collectively, both individually and collectively, they've definitely exceeded expectations. But for Beasley, we said this actually. Remember, I said it. When they were through 10 games, I was like, yeah, it's kind of weird, right? You look at the box score, and through 10 games or 9 or 10 games or whatever it was at the time,
Right.
Beasley was shooting like 33% from 3. And what did we say? It's like, well, it doesn't feel like it's 33%. And even if it is, that 1 3 that he makes, 1 out of 3, it's always in the clutch.
Right.
Well, dude, since then, and he was at the time, he was averaging like 10 points per game. He was averaging like just a shade over 10 points per game at the time, right? He's now averaging 15.6 points per game.
Ooh,
right? So 5 points, right? In that 8 games, he's elevated his average like by 5 points, 15.6 points per game. And he's now shooting 39.2% from 3, right?
Fred
on
Vincent.
9.2 on 9.2 attempts per game. I mean, of all the people,
Wait,
Fred
what?
Vin-
9?
He's attempting 9.2 threes per game. So that's about 4 made threes, a little under 4 made threes per game.
Okay.
So in terms of both consistency and like overall impact, I mean, he's absolutely there's massive return on investment with him, and I'm with you. Like I said, both of them, it still applies. I am not saying that they should be traded. I'm not saying that no one's trying to run them out of town, but I mean, the benefit is they keep playing this well, and we'll talk more about it. I mean, the Pistons, other than like the Knicks game and the Cavs game, I mean, obviously you don't get wins for effort, but they've been competitive in 16 out of 18 games, right?
Yeah.
Like, they continue playing the way they've been playing, especially if these two guys, if they continue shooting the ball, moving the D the way they've been doing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm with you. One, I'd like to think that will translate into wins. If it is translating into wins, then there's no reason why they should be traded.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
despite this little
slump by THJ
losing funk that we're on, right? What is it, like 3 consecutive L's, all close games?
I know it was Bucks. Who was before the Bucks?
No, here I could look.
It was like recently Bucks, Hornets, and
they've lost three games to Chicago, Charlotte, and Orlando. The last 3 L's.
Oh, okay. I'm far out. I'm thinking of the Bucks game.
Yeah,
but you're talking about Malik Beasley, and he showed up.
These very well could have been wins, woulda, coulda, shoulda. But all I'm saying is, I mean, despite this little losing streak that we're on, the Pistons still sit in the 10th seed.
Right.
What did we say? Right. I mean, at the very least, we'd like to see them be a play-in game.
We were in the 6th seed a few days ago.
Exactly.
When we were texting, you were like, "Yeah, 6th seed."
One freaking win, and they like shoot up back into like the top 8.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's close. They have every reason to continue competing, and again, as it pertains to Malik Beasley, I mean, he has like that kind of quality, right? Where every make just injects a lot of energy into the team.
Right.
I remember, as a Warrior fan, like every time like Mo Spates made a bucket, like a jump shot, Like
Yeah.
every jump shot was like, it was as if it was like a game winner for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, like Beasley has that kind of energy. Like he
Okay.
feels like this, you know, and that satisfaction, that elation seems to permeate amongst the team. They feed off of it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that, you know, the young core doesn't provide energy, but it can be a very galvanizing force, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I mean, because it's something that we lacked last year as well, too. So,
well,
yeah, they definitely
yeah.
get up there.
But I mean, THJ, I mean, he's seen you know, obviously because, you know, he was out for a while, and when he came
Yeah.
back, he was like playing a little bit limited minutes. But I mean, his shooting splits are still pretty good. I mean, you know,
Go ahead, spit them out.
yeah, oh yeah, I mean, he's still averaging 10.5 points per game, you know, and he's been steady Eddie. He's shooting 38.4% from three, you know.
Since he
So
came
basically,
back?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I mean, like they're clicking, they're rolling.
It's
I mean,
just a
they're
matter
as
of closing.
consistent as they could be, you know.
It's just a matter of
So
closing.
yeah, I mean, all things considered, and obviously, you know, and we'll get to him in a little bit. Not that there's much to talk about because he hasn't played yet, but with Asar Thompson finally cleared and being able to return to the team, I'm sure there will be. Yeah, and we're happy about that. Make
We
no mistake,
got
that's a great thing.
Comet
But
Thompson.
yeah, right. There will inevitably be some, you know, kind of minutes will kind of start to fluctuate, you know,
Yeah.
between these wing players.
Yeah.
But you know, I think we keep saying, you know, like we can't just compare this season to last season because I mean it's like literally two completely different teams,
Yeah.
right? But I'm just in terms of things that the Pistons lacked a lot of last year was consistency,
Yeah.
you know, and veteran leadership,
Yeah.
you know. Not that the vets that were there last year were like, you know, bad locker room
They
presence, but
just
I
didn't want to
mean,
be
like,
here. They didn't want to be here.
well, there was that, but I mean, like, you know, THJ, Beasley, like they've been around, they've been on successful teams, you
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
they know what it takes to be a consistently successful team, you know,
Right.
and I think they're not just they're backing it up with their actions is what I'm saying, right?
Right.
Like I think they're sharing their, you know, their experiences, but
Yeah.
they're actually trying to help the young guys through it. So I mean, there's really not much negative to say. I mean, the most negative thing we could say is what we've known, which still applies. They suck at defense. You know,
They suck like ass at defense. Like
I
I was
think,
wondering, like, when the hell is Asar Thompson getting in the game? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
I mean,
we can use him right now for pass. All right, switch, or no, not even switch. Chase. Up, he's open. Where's Asar Thompson? You know what I mean?
yeah,
And it's like Isaiah Stewart having to come forward or Jalen Duren having to come forward. And I'm just tired of our perimeter defense. I am like I'm at the point
yeah,
where I'm tired of it because I've been talking about it since the preseason. Like it was since the preseason that I seen it, and it's fucking garbage, bro. Like
yeah.
I can't. That's a big part of why we're losing. You know what I mean? Like
Oh
if we
yeah,
can close out on those shots, if we can at least make those shots be where they're only making 40% of them, like those open threes off of swings are at 40%, 33, 35%. We're probably winning what, two or three more games? You know what I mean? And
yeah,
it's just like what the hell? And a lot of it comes in the fourth quarter. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
they're looking at it like, and some of them will try to run and jump, but it's more of them standing, looking like, oh, okay, what can I do in order to, you know? And it's like you can't do nothing because y'all didn't start the defense out correctly from the jump. We damn near need to play zone. You know what I mean? We damn near should play
I,
zone.
you know me, I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
I'm
like
okay
we
with
should just
that.
play zone because that'll
Um,
help.
you know, I mean, I don't want to
Yeah,
like make fun of them, but it is kind of funny watching them play defense sometimes.
yeah,
Like
it is.
Beasley actually tries to fight over screens,
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like he's an actor, but like it's funny. Like when he dies on a screen, he'll let you know he's dead. You know, it's like he runs into a brick wall every time. And then
Yeah.
THJ, see it. We talked about this like what after when you win the season, they started out 0-4. Like
Yeah.
he just gets caught in no man's land far too often. You know,
Yeah.
and I think that's the problem. I think the reason why these last couple games, these issues have been resurfacing right now, even though we like our depth, we could always improve upon the depth. Like what they do well, they do well. What they don't
Yeah.
do well, they're definitely getting exposed, right?
Yeah.
And these last couple games, Cade was out the last game. Before that, Ivey
Mhm.
was out.
Right.
So you're really feeling the effects of just even one of those guys being out, you know, because now, and
Mentally.
we'll get to some of those guys in a bit, but you know, like when you have to play Marcus Sasser and Wendell more minutes, when you have to play Fontecchio more minutes, and you're playing them
I'm cool with that.
with no, I know, but when you have, I don't think you can play him like Tech,
Yeah.
THJ, and Beasley together, and that's
Yeah.
what happened, especially against Orlando. Right?
Yeah.
There's no way,
Yeah.
like you can't nurse a lead, like you can't even go bucket for bucket. There's not
I
even enough
didn't
shot
I
creation
didn't
to go
like
bucket
that
for
he
bucket.
took that damn dribble before he took that corner three. Like he got the ball, he said, like this not practice, bro. Throw that shit up. You know what I'm saying? Like throw it,
I know
just
it's like
shoot
that meme,
it.
right? That viral clip of Patrick Ewing. Like, do you
Yeah.
practice that shot?
Yeah,
Do you practice
yeah.
that shot?
Like come on,
You
bro.
know?
Like that's what I think of you. I think of you
Yeah.
as a corner or just a 3-point shooter. And for him to have dribbled before it like hurt my feelings because I feel like he could have been in a better rhythm to just make that shot outright. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going over just the pain.
I mean, prior to the Orlando game, which I think is more representative because Cade's pretty much played
Yeah,
majority of the games, right?
yeah.
Prior to the Orlando game, I believe the Pistons were around like 16th or 17th in offensive rating, which
Okay.
is right more or less like
Middling.
just a shade, yeah, like in the middle of the pack,
Yeah.
right?
That's like
So,
top
but
sixteen. That's
that's
like
with
playoff.
yeah, that's with Cade though, you
Yeah.
know, like so. Imagine as we saw against Orlando, right? Like buckets are hard to come by. So, I mean, going back to it, Beasley and THJ, they definitely maximize. They help Cade maximize his skill sets,
Right.
right? But
Right.
again, you know, basketball is a two-way sport. You know, like
Yeah.
they have to be played in certain lineup combinations. You know, if it's going to work, and we'll see. That's to be determined as we get guys coming back now from injury. So yeah, I think that
Okay. Well, going forward, I guess there's no point in touching on THJ other than
yeah.
he has shown up. He was 3 for 9 in the last game, and I'm not. There's no point even going on him because he's still in recovery. Okay, so let's talk about Jaden Ivey. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? Because you already know I'm like over the moon this
Okay,
season.
go.
I'm
You go
over the moon.
first, then.
I mean, what did he do? What was the shooting splits? Okay, he was trash yesterday, but
Oh, here,
um,
I got you.
I mean, I won't say trash, but he was 6 for 16. He had to take on more shots.
Okay. So
And
real
that's
quick,
something where you have to adjust to K being missing, and you got to take a couple more shots, and in some certain situations. But go ahead.
Oh no, just for context, he's played 17 out of the first 18 games also, right?
Yeah.
18.1 points per game
Mhm.
on 43.1% from the field, 36.6 from 3,
That's not bad.
74% from the line, 4.6 rebounds, 4.2 assists, which is I think fair.
Yeah,
Fair.
I
For a
mean, it's
starting
good.
two
It's
guard.
good for him. It's good for him,
Yeah.
especially with Cade next to you. Like when
Yeah.
Cade next to you, basically controlling the ball, and you can do 16 or 18, 4 and 4. Yeah, or probably closer to 18, 5 and 5, and you got Cade next to you. Yeah, so if Ivy became the de facto point guard, what could that number potentially be? You know what I mean? 22, 7 and 5. You know what I mean? So, or and I mean 7 assists,
Yeah.
5 rebounds. Like,
Yeah.
so it's just not. He hasn't had that like placed onto him like since what the year before, the 2 years before, really, where he had to basically push the rock and get people into position. I think he's more mature now and could actually adjust to that. If
Yeah.
Cade is out for a long time, like if Cade is out like 10 games, like Ivy will probably adjust within 3. Because I wanted to tweet it out, but I didn't. But I was like, watch Ivy and Duren go off. But I wanted to see it first. You know what I mean? Because this team hasn't been operating the same that
Yeah.
it has in the past, whereas Ivy and Duren are doing their thing. And then we have vets. We got Tobias, we got THJ, we got Malik. So we're not looking for them to get off because we have a bunch of pieces like Corey Joseph or whatever. No diss to Corey Joseph. Like he's doing this thing. He's a vet, much respect. He in the NBA. And
Yeah.
it's when you like put responsibility on somebody, you either fold or you step up. And I think Ivy is young enough to step into that role. But anyway, getting away from that, just the projection of what he could do because Cade will probably be back soon. I just like what I've seen from Ivy. He's been more confident. He's been making his threes. He's been like shooting confidently. It's not been just a shot where it's just like, oh, I'm gonna throw it up and hopefully go in. Like on some rookie
Right.
mentality type of young mentality type of. He's been kind of playing like, yeah, I've been here 3 years. You know what I mean? Like that's starting to
Right.
show. And it's also him having the confidence from his coach as well, showing that. And then I also like when Ivy made that 3 at the right wing. I was like, yo, Fred Vincent then did some shit, bro. Like he didn't came over here and he didn't got them right. You know what I mean? Because just his form, the way it was, the follow through and all of that, like I was like, that's a far cry from what it was 2 years ago. You know what I mean? 2 years ago, like rookie year, from last year even. And it's just like, yeah, I see a lot of Fred Vincent. I'm starting to see Fred Vincent on him, I'll say in particular on him. And I just like what I see, man. Like I hope to see more. I hope to continue to see him explode and be able to change his pace. But it's just last game he wasn't looking like a good facilitator at all. You know what I mean?
No.
Like
Yeah.
yeah. Go ahead.
No, I'm with you. I think, I mean, we talked about it during the summer. Kind of, I not cherry pick, but kind of broke down his shooting splits from different areas of the floor.
Yeah.
We had reason to believe he could be a significantly more efficient shooter if he was just more selective,
Right.
with the shots that he takes. And I think for the most part, he's done that this year, which is great.
Okay.
Which is great. But like a game like last night, I think I tweeted that out, right? It's like the full Ivy experience, which is not a bad thing, right?
Did I share that?
But I don't know.
My
All I'm saying,
notifications don't be on.
no. But the point is you kind of see the limitations of him as the primary playmaker.
Yeah.
Because even if he is still like, let's say he's like the sole or the primary playmaker and scorer, right? It's still on him to try to create as many high quality looks in any given possession, right? There's no doubt that like he can drive and kick. He's got that, right?
Yeah.
But
Easy.
Over the course of a game, especially if you have a disciplined defense like Orlando's, right, where they have a very like the strength of their, in my opinion, the strength of their defense is their wing players, right?
Yeah.
And they have multiple guys who can pick up at the point of attack. Anthony
ACP.
Black, Jalen Suggs, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is where he really needs to start seeing the bigger picture of the game. And I think he can do it. But to me, that's more film study, as opposed to simply being in the game, or in the gym.
Yeah.
I'm only referencing this guy I'm about to reference just because I've seen him do it multiple times recently.
Yeah.
Rookie sensation, Jared McCain.
Okay.
Right? If he drives the lane and he swings, right? Or let's say either he swings like the ball, like he passes the ball baseline, or he swings it to the corner.
Yeah.
He already knows where he can relocate to, right? To generate either or to create an open look for himself, or he knows he's going to pull the defensive pressure away from the corner, right? Give your corner shooter an open shot, or give him an open lane to just drive baseline, right?
Right.
These are the things that I think Ivey needs to work on. I think he can do it. He definitely can, but he needs to do it to the point where it becomes second nature, because like I said, right? Like either he has something kind of premeditated, right? Like I'm going to drive, but I'm already like, you're kind of telegraphing your passes. And I
Right.
think that's kind of what happened last night, right?
Yeah.
You're kind of already giving the play away, kind of like a quarterback, right? You're
Right.
kind of like, you're letting like the DBs know where you're going to, sling that rock to. It's things like that, it's things like that. But I mean, the way he is moving off the ball, Ivey, that gives me reason to believe that he can get to that point. Now, will he be, like nobody does it better than Steph? Will he be doing it like Steph? No, no. But it's things like that, right? Because if you already are kind of like going into a drive saying, I kind of see the guy sitting there, like kind of sitting like in the paint.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to kick this out, right? Like then your offense, like I said, it's becoming too one-dimensional, and over the course of a game,
Maybe
like what
draw to
happened
the
in that third
elbow,
quarter.
hang out on
Yeah.
the block, pull
Yeah,
him because you could dunk out, and then let
Exactly.
the shooters kind of swing out around. And I get what I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, that would be like my only real criticism, and I think that's more of something that I don't expect him to like, have that all figured out over the course of the season. I think it's something that's going to have to happen, over time, as he develops, individually and with the team. But if he can get to that point, then yeah, like I wouldn't say they're unstoppable, but I mean, man, like that brings
unstoppable.
that brings a diamond. I'm not saying it yet, but that brings a certain level, of creativity that I don't even think even the best defenses can truly account for,
Right.
And yeah, I think that's just the best way for him to improve, where they could really meld their being like Cade and Ivey, like they're two kind of contrasting playing styles, right? They're contrasting, but they can actually complement each other,
Yeah.
So we'll see. But I think overall that's been good. Defensively,
He's had some highlights defensively.
he's been pretty good.
Yeah, like he's been what I mean, it's not under average like it's been. You know what I mean?
No.
He's been like I seen him square up with was it against Orlando or I forget, but I've seen him do it a few times actually against multiple teams where he's like really locking in, damn near like almost like Kobe, where Kobe used to pull his shorts up and just kind of, you know what I mean? And it's just like, okay, all right, Ivy, so you're taking it serious, and I appreciate that. You know what I mean? That lets me know that he's knowing what needs to be done. You know what I mean? So I see improvement, which means he will make progress. You know what I mean? So I'm happy with that.
Yeah, like most young guards, or really just most young players in general, he tends to, or he's definitely better defending on ball than off ball. That happens to a lot of young guys, right?
Yeah.
Now, I mean, are we excusing it? No, but I mean,
the screens.
let's just believe.
It's the screens.
Yeah,
Because like I could think of plays of him getting screened off, and then it's like he's fighting over it. The man is going.
Yeah.
They end up switching. He ends up trying to recover, and then that's one of those open threes that we talk about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they have not figured out how they're going to, if he's going to play over or under, if he's going to hang back, let the other man pick up, and things like that. You know what I mean? So it's just a matter of them having better defensive discipline. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't know if JB Bickerstaff is like defensive coaching them. Like maybe we need a defensive coach, like a better defensive coach, or maybe the defensive coach is doing this thing, because I do see improvements, but they haven't figured it out. They excuse my French, but they haven't fucking figured it out. You know what I mean?
I mean,
it results in a three all the time.
There is a lot of, when it gets bad is when you can tell there's a lot of ball watching.
Yes.
A whole lot. Of all of them, Ivey is not the most, guilty of that. No. I think we have to go back to the top of the episode. I think Beasley and THJ is probably the most guilty of it. I was kind of like watching the game the other day, not necessarily the Orlando game, the Bulls game.
Yeah,
the Bulls game. But to be fair, no one was stopping Levine in that fourth quarter. Like, that's when sometimes the offense is you're supernova and you're not you're not stopping him. But
okay, so let's left field right there. Would you add Levine to this team if you could? Would he impact us in a positive way? Like, would he make us for sure top 6 seed or 6 seed at least?
Are you acquiring him without giving up Cade or Ivey?
He's not free no time soon, is he?
No. No, he's considered like he's technically considered a bad contract, right? Because he's like what 4 more years at like $45 million per year.
I don't want to say who I'd acquired him for. So, I mean, just in theory.
I mean, honestly, because like he's looked at as like an albatross, right?
Yeah, he is.
So I mean, like you'd be doing the Bulls a favor.
Yeah.
So what? You'd have to combine it because Tobias alone. I know you're going to say Tobias. He's not.
No, I'm not going to say. I'm actually not going to say Tobias. I'm going to say some left field things that's Pistons fans are going to be like,
well, you have to get to $45 million. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
You have to combine contracts, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, like offensively,
I'm not moving Tobias. Tobias
offensively,
at the very least, is 7 rebounds a game. That's what I look at him as. You know what I mean?
Well, we'll get to Tobias in a second, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, you know me. Of all people, I think of people that discuss Pistons.
Yeah.
I think I've been probably one of his more ardent defenders, and man, he made me look bad.
Okay, so let's go into transition to him because we talked enough about Ivey.
Well, real quick with Ivey, defensively.
Mm-hmm.
It's good that he plays next to Cade. Like Cade really masks a lot of what Ivey doesn't do well defensively, and we'll get to Cade. But yes.
Okay. Yeah, we'll save him for last.
Yeah.
So go ahead, spitball on Tobias. What you got?
I mean, since we last recorded, you're like, dude, Conrad, man, like he's not even giving me like 12 points. He was averaging like 10. So the average has gone up, right? 13.9, right? That's on the basis of him having like that one, like, I don't know, didn't he have like a 30-point game?
I think so. Did he have a 30-point game? 28?
Maybe not. I don't know. Let me look at his game.
It was up high. It was
he had a 26-point game.
26. Okay. I thought it was 28. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he's your 4th leading scorer, right? Behind Cade, Ivey, and Beasley, right? 13.9 points.
Wow.
45. Yeah, right. So 45% from the field, 32.1 from 3, 78 from the free throw line, 7.4 rebounds. 2.4 assists.
Yeah.
And decent stocks, 0.7 steals, a block a game. I mean, I'm with you now. I would say yes, through 18 games. Has he played 18 games? He's played 18 games?
He's been here.
I thought he missed it. I guess he missed the preseason. Oh, yeah. Okay. I would say yes. He's been a little bit disappointing. Or he's been disappointing. He's been disappointing. Now, to be fair, again, I will still stand by what I said the last couple episodes, which is if 3-point shooting is what's holding him back from, being closer to his career scoring averages or, totals, then I think we should be okay. I have faith that the 3-point shooting will come around, like 3-point shooting, because, shooting from his mid-range, he's still shooting fine. He's still getting to the line, which again, on this team, they need, right? Like they need him drawing. Actually, no. Yeah, he's drawing contact at a decent rate. Given that he plays a stretch 4 role, the rebounding has been solid. But yeah, I mean, Ron Holland's still a rookie. Asar hasn't played. You
Right.
know, Cade can only defend,
So
well,
much.
ideally one person. you
Yeah.
know,
Usually
I would
under.
say he has been Tobias. That is, he's been underwhelming defensively. Not bad, not bad, but I don't know. I don't know if we're expecting too much from him. You know,
I don't.
but yeah, I think like I said, he hasn't been bad. He hasn't been bad, but I mean,
I mean, I feel like Paul Reed can take some of his minutes and put up fucking 8 and 7. You know what I mean? Like,
well, it's not
I,
so much about the numbers that he puts up in
it's
terms
just
of
a
like
floor effect.
defensively.
But I have noticed him, like you said,
Yeah,
he opens up Cade and Ivy. I've seen him in the middle of the floor, Cade and Ivy on opposite sides. You know what I mean? And then
yeah.
they operate and go, and then he passes off to one of them, and then it initiates the offense. So I appreciate him for now for what he does because he serves that purpose. But I'm not anticipating. Not to mean to cut you off, my bad, but
Oh no, you're good.
I'm not anticipating nothing. But I would like to get like 10, 11 points, 7 rebounds. You know what I mean? Like, give me that, and I'm happy. And don't take no shitty shots. And I know a lot of I don't mind his threes because they're open. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
what's his 3-point shooting percentage? You got him pulled up right now?
32.1,
Oh shit. I
and
mean,
he's like a
well,
career like high 30s. You know, like 39, 40%. That's what I'm saying. Like you'll look at him. I feel like we'll look at him a lot differently the next like time we record again, like the next 5 or so games. Like, I mean, I
yeah,
feel 3-point shooting of all the things,
yeah,
that one is the one I'm least worried about. Not to say I'm worried about anything. It's just I
yeah,
think he needs to kind of dig deep to another level, which is why I keep fixating on defense because to me, he is like he's a stretch four and he guards stretch fours, meaning that like you don't need to worry about too much physicality in the paint, right?
right.
Your whole advantage is that you can move your feet. So I don't like to see him conceding like open fours to like slower bigs. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way. I don't understand that. Like, for example, Karl Anthony Towns, or
Yeah.
no, fine, a more recent game. Like, there is no reason Brook Lopez should be like stepping into open threes. Right? He's 7 feet tall. Like what? Like 270 or two? You know what I'm saying?
Why you take
Like
me
you
back to that
have the
game?
speed advantage. You have the length to contest it. You can't just be like. Otherwise, that's just a stupid strategy. If you're like just like baiting him to shoot, I mean, like no,
And he
you know,
was
and that's what I'm
making them
saying. Like
all.
in that case, yeah. And then of course, like was it the Bucks? Was it the Bucks game that
Yes.
he choked the free throws?
Uh, I don't remember. I don't remember which game he
It was
choked.
one of the games that went to OT. I
Yeah.
think it was that one.
It
Yeah, it was
might have
that
been the
one, man.
Bucks. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So I mean,
'Cause
like
did we
that.
go to
That def.
OT with the Raptors or who else did we go to OT with? It doesn't matter, but I get what you're saying. I mean, oh, okay, you looking it up, but yeah, like I agree, and it's just okay. So I have a left field. While you looking that up, I got some left field then.
No,
So
Ron Holland missed the 2 free throws
yeah, yeah,
against
yeah, yeah,
uh
yeah. That's right.
against the
That's right. That's
Bucks.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and I thought he was gonna make at least one, but okay. So left field.
Hmm.
When Asar is back and in full, would you tell Tobias like, hey, you would be better served off the bench
No.
with what this team? No, because he
No.
because he does so much for Cade and Ivy
No. Now we go a little bit. Well,
deeper.
they're not small.
No, we're not small
I
at
mean,
all. With Cade at the
no.
point at
Shift him back
six
to the
six
three.
six six seven. No, we're not.
Yeah, you shift him back to the three.
I mean, but it's like we got Isaiah Stewart coming off the damn bench. You know what I mean?
No, no,
So
no. So I'm saying, why? If you want to insert Asar back into the starting lineup,
yeah,
then Beasley or THJ, whoever's currently starting at the 2, take a seat. You know. So
I can't do
basically, what
that.
I'm saying is, you go, yeah, Cade, Ivy, Tobias, Asar, Duren.
Nah, I can't do that. I can't do that. Like we need one of them. Like THJ was going nuclear before he got hurt. And I
Yeah.
know he will get back. You know what I mean? Like you get hit in the head, you got that
Well,
going on. You I don't know if he got some type of worry or something on the court, somebody hitting him in the back of the head or something. I don't know, but um, it might have knocked him out his rhythm, just him not being in
mhm.
the game and not being in the flow. But I believe that he will be there for sure within the next 3 games, if not next game. You know what I mean? Like he showed some promise this last game because he has the shots still. It's just making them. You know what I mean? And he's still
Yeah.
taking them. So as long as he doesn't lose confidence, as long as JB's like, oh, you piece of crap, something like that in the locker room. You're a bag of trash, like I like to say. Um,
Yeah.
shout out to Stone Cold Steve Austin, but as long as he's not like taking away any confidence from him, and he's like keep shooting your shot, THJ is going to show back up in that same capacity. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, sixth player of the year candidate. Yeah, well he's a scorer. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And he's a hot shot. You know,
Yeah.
like to just name it. And I mean,
But
he's like a taller, better Wayne Ellington. You know what I mean? So I'm with that in a
Wayne,
sense.
Mountains
Wayne
of
Ellington.
Wayne.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, yeah, I think that possibility is still a ways away. I mean, the
yeah.
fact that Asar hasn't even made his debut yet, I mean, he suited up, which is great,
Yeah.
but
When
so
do
we'll
you think
see.
he will? When do you think he will? Because I know you know more, way more than I do. You've been in them circles.
Actually play.
Yeah,
I mean, the fact that he's suited up means he's ready to go. I
right.
mean, the thing about it though is, I don't know. I feel like, they had a lot of guys out the other day.
Yeah,
Obviously Clintman hasn't made his debut yet.
yeah. I'm
I
waiting on
think
him.
Dennis
I can't
Jenkins
wait.
wasn't even able to suit up. Cade obviously didn't suit up.
Yeah,
So I think they suited him up as like a break in the case of emergency kind of player. But I mean, he'd
get
only
the fire
really just
extinguisher.
gone, like 5-on-5 with the Crews, like a scrimmage, not even like an actual game. So I'm sure JB
You say
didn't
he
want to have
did?
to.
He
What's
did.
up?
You say he went 5-on-5?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. Like a scrimmage, a
Yeah,
SAR. So, I mean, I'm sure they didn't want to like put him out there because he didn't have actual practice time, with the
right.
big club. So
Yeah,
I would imagine he'll come back, or actual play soon. But yeah, I mean, Tobias, I wouldn't say he's played badly. I want to make that clear. I just
no, no,
it's been
not that.
underwhelming, right?
Yeah,
There's a big difference there, right? And
yeah.
I think he knows too. There's a different level or another level that he can reach, and I'm hoping in the near future he will. I mean, I
He
think
will.
yeah, he will.
I believe in
He
Fred
will.
Vincent because it's really
Yeah,
if Tobias is making his threes, just imagine the difference that makes in the game. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like that's gonna make if he's making. You said he was shooting 32 3, right?
yeah.
And if he's making 38, 39, that's high because that's like one of the better 3-point shooters. But if he's making 37, 38, that changes a lot. You know what I mean? He's making an extra three, like
I
one of the
mean,
threes that we need at a key moment or in clutch. Yeah, yeah, it's making a difference.
he's been a high 30%, high 30s, like low 40s guy on teams with even worse spacing.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. Are you telling me, audience? Do I have irrational confidence in this guy? I don't know, but
right.
I mean, I he's shown it to me. He's shown it to us
I
throughout his
mean,
career. So I
it's
mean,
not irrational because he's a vet now. It's like that's
yeah,
something that really solidifies with your game is the ability to shoot. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So and
So yeah, but I think yeah, especially again on this team, um, more so what I want to see from him. Obviously, like that, I just believe he'll pick it up. But
yeah,
defense, like his attention to detail, and his tenacity on D. We need more of it.
right.
So
Okay, so let's segue right on that off tenacity. Isaiah Stewart. Isaiah Stewart. What are your feelings about Isaiah Stewart over the last? Where are we? 11-7, 18, 6-4 over the last 8 games. Wait, 11? Yeah, over the last 8 games. How you feeling? Because you already know how I feel. He's the heart of the team. He's without him, we're trash. That's how I feel. Like I truly feel that way. Without Isaiah Stewart, we're trash. He is. I know we drafted Cade. I know we got Ivey at 5. Whatever. Isaiah Stewart is the Pistons. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
I'm not letting him go. You know what I mean? He's going nowhere. It's like, oh, you want to test free agency, huh? Oh, okay. Well, how about we max the hell out your contract? Like, I'm not
Yeah.
letting him go because he brings things to the game that's not shown on the box score. It's like the attitude, the the toughness on the floor, the being a
Yeah.
stifling defender against other players. You know what I mean? Like, there's no stats for that. The being
Absolutely.
potentially an intimidating force as well, because you never know when he might throw hands. You know what I mean? He out here getting texts and stuff like that. Like, so he's one of them. You know what I mean? He's of the Dennis Rodman, Ben Wallace. Not to say that he's Ben Wallace, but he
I
has
know what
that
you mean.
type
Yeah.
of floor kind of presence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I without him, where are we in certain moments? Because Jalen Duren hasn't been doing that. And
I mean,
he's taller, more he well, I won't say he's more physically imposing because Stewart got them dumb, stupid shoulders. Like,
he's
bro is
definitely
like
more athletic.
wide, and then comes in. It's like, yeah, like what you gonna do? Like, but yeah, like I love Stewart, man, and
Yeah.
I've noticed what you mentioned in previous pods about him um being the rim. What did you say? Not the rim protector, but the rim
Paint protector.
the paint protector. I've
Yeah.
noticed that, especially when
Yeah.
he played against Giannis
Yeah.
and other bigs, and I see it, and it's just like I damn near want to start this man because if you can get this, and I've seen it. If you can get that out of him, he can also switch off. If he's quick enough on switch offs, why should we not start him? You know what I mean? Like, I'm I'm all in on beef stew, bro. Like, if there's somebody on this Pistons team that is untouchable, it's him.
I
Out of
mean,
everyone.
in those 3 games, well, here, just real quick.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with you. I agree with you. Like, especially this year that he's pretty much like, with the exception of those 3 games where Duren was out injured,
Yeah. Yeah.
he's come off the bench, because,
Yeah.
so if you just look at his counting stats, of course, yes, they're down across the board. But I mean, to me, I think they're pretty freaking impressive.
Yeah.
In only 22 minutes per game, 6.8 points, 6.9 rebounds, 2.1 assists, 60% from the field,
Yeah.
and to basically be averaging like 2 stocks per game. I mean, he's
Yeah.
basically giving you like a steal and a block, you know, per game.
5 last game.
But, but
Yeah.
to your point, are we advocating, or are you, maybe you are, that he should be starting in those 3 games, right? Where he basically averaged a little under 30 minutes, when
Mhm.
Duren did not play.
Yeah.
These are his game logs: 10 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, 16 points, 8 rebounds, assist, 2 blocks, 13 points, 10 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. I mean, he'll definitely fill the stat sheet and he'll hold his own. I mean,
Yeah.
there is. I mean, again, are they going to start Stewart? Probably not.
I
But
would
there
start
is.
Stewart and bench Duren. I would, because Duren needs to prove that he needs to start. Like, I'm not going to continue to keep starting you because of your size, and you don't bring it on the floor with the starting units of other teams when you're pretty much playing the second unit of other teams type of level. You know what I mean? Like, not
Yeah,
saying Duren is being just horrible, horrendous, but Stewart's been better, and he has more of an effect, and he can also shoot. So that puts another shooter potentially, or another threat to shoot anyway,
right,
on the floor with the Cade, Ivey, Malik Beasley, Tobias Harris, Stewart. They all can damn shoot. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
they all are at least a threat to shoot. So how can teams defend us? What type of play sets can you run with that unit? You know what I mean? Like I think we need to explore that. I think we do need to do that. Like make Duren the 6 man or something like that, and figure it out. Let him and THJ come in together and figure it
Yeah.
out.
I mean, it's a dicey situation,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Which, I wouldn't want to be JB having to make that, because with Beef Stew, it was a lot easier to send him to the bench because he's had a lot of experience coming off the bench.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Yeah.
Duren, like you risk, like, oh, is that gonna make him, like, is he gonna get mad at that? Will he be like offended? Will he lose confidence doing that? Some young players don't take that in stride. I'm not saying that should be the reason to not do it, but those are the things I'm assuming JB is probably considering. Like,
Okay, so
and if we just, the thing is, Duren here, I got it right in front of me. Let's just do a Stewart versus Duren segment again, right?
okay.
I mean,
I got something for you.
because Beef Stew has been playing so well, it's definitely eaten into Duren's minutes, right? Because Duren's only averaging 24 minutes a game, and then obviously we know that there's a couple small stretches of maybe like Tobias as a small ball 5, But point is Duren's averaging only 8.7 points, right?
Mhm.
Which is down from last year where he's at 13.8. But if you're saying, hey man, like, if Duren's case is I'm a vertical spacer, I'm threat the rim, he's scoring at 72.5%. Right?
Ooh.
I mean, he's one of the best finishers literally in the entire league, right? 8.7 points, 10 rebounds, 2.4 assists, 1.1 blocks, right? I
What
mean,
about the defensive end?
in terms of giving you production, he's definitely giving production now, right?
Yeah.
You put some context to that, right? And obviously you and I, we think the same, right? I think the offense definitely flows more. Like,
Well, yeah.
Duren benefits
from not demanding the ball.
I remember, again, to use a Warriors comparison, right? I remember like when 2017 season, right? Warriors fans always, to me, it's very similar, even though they're not the same carbon copies, right? It was the dilemma or the debate between Zaza Pachulia and JaVale McGee.
Right.
And a lot of fans wanted JaVale McGee. Come on. He finishes everything. You throw it up, he finishes everything at the rim. Make no mistake, I agree. But the way because I was a proponent of Zaza, I said, to just simplify my explanation, and I think it kind of applies to Duren and Beef Stew here. Duren benefits from playing with Cade and Ivey.
Yeah.
Right? Well, maybe Cade, right? But both of them, really. Right?
I mean, with Ivey too. Because I think him and Ivey have true chemistry.
Don't think they necessarily benefit from playing with him. Like, he doesn't unlock any other dimension to their game. On the flip side, they benefit from playing with Beef Stew. You see what I'm saying? Like,
but he doesn't benefit from playing with them.
No, he does.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He does. They see that, but there's a big difference there. Yeah. Right? Like, they get more out of playing with him, know? So, I mean, like, I think, there's a lot we talked about too, right? I mean, like, his net rating, the net rating of the team is way better. Like, I mean, like, yes, the number, because it's not even like, oh, right, I'm a 10-minute per game player, but look at my net rating. Well, because, right, we play you in small bursts.
Right.
Right? That you don't, right? We don't allow it to get out of hand, right? But I mean, at this point, 22 minutes a game, 24 minutes per game, I mean, I think you do have a pretty good sample size. They're like on par now, right? Yeah. So I'm with you. There is merit to that. And again, this is with him not even being.
I mean, we have a lot of slow starts too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We have a few slow starts, and I think Stu could. I mean, I don't know. We'll see about it. We'll see about it.
Yeah.
I guess we just doubled them up.
But
Stu and Duren.
In terms of some thoughts about Beef Stew, and both of them really, like, as you said, right? Like his authentic toughness, right? Authentic. It's
Yeah.
not all for show. And I think yes, the team definitely feeds off of it.
Mhm.
You could make an argument we would have won the Milwaukee game if he didn't get himself ejected.
Yeah. Man, like
Right.
the game went out of hand right after that.
Yes.
We're
So,
busted.
I mean, now
Yeah.
it's a fine line here, which I think he himself probably acknowledges, at least in private, right? Like,
You're that guy.
you don't want to tell him. Me personally, I'm not. Again, if I were JB, I'm not like saying, "Hey, man, like good hard foul," right? I mean, I'm not saying like go out and just hurt people, but at the same time, that intensity with which he plays with,
Yeah.
like, I'm not trying to bottle that up.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
that is partly what makes him unique. What makes him impactful. So it's up to him though to kind of find that balance, or to kind of like know when to kind of like ease off a little bit, right? Like,
Right. Yeah.
because you don't want to be like breaking bones out there, like physically, like literally.
Kind of got the Draymond going on right now, to be honest. But
And again, yes, I didn't want to bring it up, but yes, it really is. And
yeah.
I would, again, some people think, oh, Curry, you didn't do good enough throughout the course of your guys' time together. I mean, first of all, F that, man. We won 4 championships. But the point is, again, and hey, with age, experience, I mean,
Yeah.
like, you kind of figure out, like, when too much is too much,
Right.
So, I mean, we'll see. But no, I mean, it sucks, but at the same time, it's like, well, I don't know. He's being true to himself, right?
Okay. I mean, well, I don't want to go in on too many more other players really because they've been hit or miss. So let's. I mean, you can if you want because I'm
Just a couple. We don't have to go too in depth, but I think some of them are deserving of some mention and praise.
Go for it.
Obviously, Ron Holland had some big
Definitely.
highlights.
We gotta.
Yeah, but he also had some pretty low lights.
Yeah, he has.
Right.
I mean, but he's
obviously, like I said,
I'm not.
those 2 missed free throws.
Yeah.
Because it basically would have sealed the game. Like there was no time left on the clock. It was like a walk-off free throw.
Yeah.
And he missed it. He missed him, right? But I like that very next game he came back out and he didn't play any differently. If anything, he was actually even just like more. He was like more aggressive.
Yeah,
he
was. What did he put up, like 10-4 and I forget what it was.
10 points, 8 rebounds, 3 steals and a block.
Okay.
And he got himself to the line 4 times. He made all 4 free throws.
Yeah.
In fact, he even started the game right with those. And that's what I'm saying, right? Like, hey, I mean, I'm not saying other players are mentally fragile.
He's not.
Yeah, like he definitely doesn't seem to be.
He's one of the ones that take it on the chin and be like, all right, you that strong, so what I got to do to get there? You know what I mean? Like he is like, damn. And then it's just like, all right, he just hit me. So what I got to do to withstand
But
it?
since then, his minutes have kind of fluctuated.
Yeah.
Which is kind of ironic.
And they probably will continue with our SAR back, but go ahead.
Well, definitely with the SAR back. I'm just kind of surprised that I think part of the reason why his minutes have fluctuated is because this guy deserves a shout out. Because of Wendell Moore's positive contribution.
Yo, guy, man, we was going in on what summer league was it? Didn't he play in the summer league for us?
He did.
Yeah.
No, I mean like former 1st round pick.
Yeah,
you got him. Like you literally got him for nothing. He was a salary dump. Let's be real. He was a salary dump from Minnesota.
Yeah,
and again, I said right. Like at the very least, if given that he's on the team, I said this right during the summer. It's like he was a 1st round pick for a reason. He has that pedigree. In my opinion, the biggest thing that's held him back is injuries. He was injured his first 2 years in the league, so he never really had an opportunity to do much of anything with Minnesota. But he seems healthy, and I mean, like again, circumstance forced JB to go to him, and I know we haven't been winning, but we didn't lose because of him. And frankly, we were in a lot of games because of his positive contributions. I
Yeah.
mean,
Especially off the
moving
bench the other day.
forward,
Yeah.
moving forward, the Pistons, they didn't pick up his 4th-year option. And all that basically means is he'll be an unrestricted free agent.
That's fine.
I can't imagine that there will be like an exorbitant amount of interest in him as an unrestricted free agent. But what I'm saying is, hey, right? Like, I like that he's definitely making the most of even his limited opportunities.
Right.
Like, this just seems like it's the kind of guy that like JB likes.
Right.
Right. What were we talking about? Right. Remember, like in the summer, Lamar Stevens, right?
Yeah.
Like, he finds a way to get like these kind of fringe journeymen, like swingmen, like wings, to be productive, right? And like, here we go again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, hey, right? You could do it far worse than Wendell Moore Jr. So I'm happy for the kid. He's doing some good stuff.
Okay. Well, last but not least, and I know he was hurt the last game, but how you feeling about Mr. Cadet Cunningham? Mr. Cadet Cunningham. Cadet Cunningham, as I like to call him. People like, what? Yes, Cadet Cunningham.
I mean, he's played 17 out of 18 games. Apparently, the last game he was out because he was sick. That's what it's listed as illness.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't know.
He was on the bench. He's sick. Don't cough on me.
Was he really? Man, I don't even know.
Nah, they just said that. Probably something for the NBA protocols now because they have to go into.
Well, it says injury/illness.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay.
I thought if it was an actual injury, they would have said something. They normally specify what it is.
Yeah, because they didn't specify that he had an injury either. They probably let him rest.
Yeah, But anyway, 23.5 points per game, 43.8% from the field, 35.8 from 3, 81% from the free throw line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 7.2 rebounds per game, 8.9 assists. And actually very active on defense, a steal and a block per game.
Yeah.
Obviously, again, he's no longer, like basketball hipsters, favorite player. Like he's become mainstream now. When you have 3 consecutive triple doubles, like Mr. Cadet Cunningham had, I mean, it's, people take notice, whatever, clutch points, NBA Central, all those things, right?
Yeah.
Hoops hype. Yeah. They love talking about that. So I think he's had I believe 4 total. Yeah. 4 this season.
Mm-hmm. There will be more.
I mean, he's taking the leap.
Yeah.
He's taking the leap. People will disagree with us. I still believe he should be a candidate for most improved player.
He should.
Like, because some people will be like, oh, but he was already good last year. Well, okay, first of all, like, he's doing more.
Yeah, he
equally,
is.
if not more efficient. Right. And it's now translating into win. It's like more impactful. To me, I don't know. You should still be a candidate at the very least. I mean,
I hope they don't just look at box scores for that award. You know what I mean? Like, because who else, just real quick, is, in your opinion, okay, if we had a top 3 most improved, who are the other 2?
I mean, see, I was having this discussion with one of my basketball peers lately, and he disagreed with one of my choices, who actually, it turns out, has the best odds right now by Vegas. I would say OKC, Jalen Williams, and he said the same thing. Like, he's not scoring that much more, he's not even any more efficient. I said, yeah, but see, it's partly due to circumstance. But look at that. Like, he's playing like the 2, 3, 4, and the 5.
Right.
And OKC's still winning. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've unlocked this other aspect. Like, I don't know, right? I mean, again, if we're not just looking at the box score, then how can that not be improvement? I don't know. Other than that, Dyson Daniels, Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, I still have Cade on that list.
I mean,
for most improved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if he ups it by 2 points and 2 or 3% at 3 and another board, 9.3 assists, you know what I mean? Like, that looks damn good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I seen somebody post something about Tyrese Halliburton at 18 and whatever with whatever assists. It's like 7 or 8 assists, something like that. And they're like, oh, disappointing season. It's like, well, I mean, he's still doing a lot for you. If you didn't have him, who the hell is doing that? You know what I mean? So I feel like yeah, like it's been more effective. He's had games where he's shown up where he's had to take over. He has decided to do so. I think he has the switch, and I think he is also because he looked gassed a little earlier going into fourth quarters early in the season,
Yeah.
and I think he has. I don't know what he's done. I know he's like vegan or something like that, but or maybe it was just application. You know what I mean? And he's applied himself more. Like especially after that last, I forgot, was it the Bucks? No, it was. Didn't we have 2 overtime games? Who else did we play overtime? Um, I forget. I think we played 2 overtime games. Maybe I'm wrong, but maybe I watched 2 overtime games that day. But he's been really good in the fourth quarter, going like over the last few games. You know what I mean? So I just want to
Yeah.
see more of it. I think he's been impressive. I think he has done as much as he can to shore up on the turnovers. He's been in more control. He's been playing defense like hell. Like when I think he's beat, he's not.
Yeah.
He blocks you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, he got Cade. Oh, blocked by Cadet Cunningham. It's like, oh shit, I didn't expect that. So I mean, I just want to see more of it. I want to continue to see him improve. I don't want this to be the peak. I don't want,
I don't
and
think it is, no.
I know it's not. You know what I mean? Like I think he can be even more. Like I think he can be Luka Doncic. You know what I mean? Like he can drop 28, 30 a game and still do his rebounds and assist average. You know what I mean? I
Right.
think he's capable of that. And I don't know where he gets it from, or if Ivy will be somebody, plus THJ, Tobias, all of these people that can shoot and score around him are withholding him. But I he's there. Like if we didn't have them here, let's say we had a desolate ass team. We didn't have Duren, we didn't have Ivy, we didn't have Tobias, no THJ. It's just like him, Malik, and like Isaiah Stewart. Cade's dropping like probably 32 a game, to be honest. You know what I
And
mean? Like
that's the thing when you're saying like being like Luca or whatever. And I
yeah,
was just happening to look at like the assist leaders. So by the
yeah.
way, he's fourth in the league in assists. You know,
Cade.
Trey Young being at the top of that list, but
Hmm.
in a way, like to each their own, to each their whatever you prefer. But like Cade and like guys like Luca and Trey, they approach and they see the game a lot differently in those scenarios or those situations, right? And I don't know. Each of them have like their pros and cons. And with Cade, his mentality is still always to like get his team going. So when you hear those criticisms, like, oh, I want you to be more aggressive. What do people mean by that? That means you want him to be scoring more,
Right.
which, okay,
I
there
mean, I'm
could be
not worried
some
about
merit to
this.
that.
I'm not worried about the scoring. I'm just saying.
No, but what I'm saying is, yeah, like
Yeah.
he's always trying to keep the team and to have all 5 guys on the court be
Yes.
viable scoring options at any given time. Luka
Yep.
and Trey don't do that.
No, they don't. They look
They
for
do not.
themselves.
Why do you think you see their teammates so disgruntled, right?
Yes.
Especially late in the season when they've had to like put up with that shit for like 60 plus games. Right?
THJ.
I saw fucking Trey Young play the Warriors the other day, dude. The guy's just like standing around there, like, what the hell, man? You're not
Yeah.
even hot.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Now,
and
Luka,
I
you can
had
kind
I
of get
had
away with that because he has Kyrie now, but still,
yeah. And I mentioned that. Remember early on, I said Cade is a
Yeah.
type that makes sure his team is going first. Like we watched him through the preseason and whatnot. And Cade only put up, yeah, but he's not worried about scoring. He's worried about
Yeah.
he likes it here, there, this, that, though. Okay, this is where I'm gonna get in. You know what I mean? And then I'll also do a little bit more over the top if that stuff is not going on at the rate that it needs to go on. And
Yeah.
that's what I love about Cade. He is also one of my untouchables, if I had to name one. It's him and Isaiah Stewart. I love Ivy. He would be the next up to be untouchable because of the roots, because of the, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
his mom is Niele Ivy. Like she played for the championship shot. Like, but and something else with like the Lions. I want to say his grandfather or something. And like so his roots there. But Cade is definitely I'm not. He's going nowhere. Like, bro, you want to
Uh-huh.
what? Oh, you think you gonna get greener pastures? Here's a super max deal.
I mean,
Shut up
honestly,
and go home.
I mean, I
He's,
kind of want. I mean, obviously, we want the Pistons to keep winning, right?
yeah,
But
yeah.
it's always been assumed that because they still have like 10 plus million in cap space,
Mhm.
that if they are active in the trade market, right, that they
Yeah.
could kind of be like they could help facilitate a bigger trade for other teams, right? So like they're like the third team in a multi-team trade, and they're gonna get like draft picks or something. But like, I'm not saying they need to be like an all-in team, but it would be great if they continue or they get back to winning and be like 500 at the deadline, and like because 500 will probably make you like a top 6 team in the East. Let's be real, right? Like,
Yeah.
why not? Why not like actually jumpstart the aggressive push a season early, right? Like, that doesn't
Yeah.
mean you stop building, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, like, that's why I kind of like. I mean, obviously for us, I like that the Sixers and the Bucks have like been losing, and but hey, there are some players on your teams that we could use, right? I mean, like, like, I mean, hey, right?
I mean,
So I
seriously.
mean, what's up?
Send Brook Lopez. I say seriously. Send Brook Lopez ass on over here.
That would be fun. That would
That
be
would be
fun.
crazy. With them long ass threes? Ah, shit. Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
funny if like we sent Tobias back to Milwaukee.
I
That's
didn't
where it
like
all
when he
started.
blocked Cade and just.
Yeah. So I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting. And I know it's kind of funny to be saying that when we're sitting at 7-11, but
That's not bad. That's a
I
4-game winning streak.
mean,
That's feasible.
it is.
It's
All I'm
not
saying
2 and
is
what would that be? 16.
we didn't say they're going to win 50 games. We said
No,
there's like probably 50 winnable games. That
50
should get us
winnable games.
somewhere around our ideal target, not on ideal, but our target goal of 34 plus wins. And I think
Yeah,
they're on pace for that. Right. So I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
let's see. So
Let's see. All right, y'all. Good. That you got anything else to add, or we done?
I
We good?
mean, just real quick, I
Yeah.
mean, I think we're pretty much done, but just real quick, I mean, to close out November, these last 4 games,
Yeah.
Toronto tomorrow, Memphis on Wednesday, Indiana on Black Friday,
Okay.
and then back end of a back-to-back, Philly on Saturday. I mean, all I'm saying is
Okay.
they're winnable. They're
Yeah.
winnable. I mean, people still think like we're a joke, but like, I mean, I don't seek people's respect but like now it's starting to be like, oh, okay, they're not really a pushover.
Yeah.
You
We
know
got
what
to
I'm
punch
saying?
him in the mouth. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. I
Yeah.
mean, Toronto, ideally
Beatable
has to be a win.
without
We got to win
Scotty for
tomorrow.
sure. For
We got to win
sure.
tomorrow.
Beatable.
We got to
Yeah.
win tomorrow. We got to win
Who we
tomorrow.
play tomorrow? Toronto.
Toronto.
They come here.
No. Yes. Yeah. In Detroit.
Y'all keep y'all We the North ass in Canada. Don't come to LCA with that shit. It's like, no, come on, Toronto fans. Like, we love y'all. Detroit and Canada got kind of a little connection, but don't come in here being unruly. And if y'all close or something like that, like talking all y'all smack around here, like, let's just dap up and have a good game.
Yeah. And then I mean, Memphis, they're still competitive even with Jaw out, but kind of depends, right? Like,
yeah, we'll beat them.
We'll see. And then obviously Indiana and Philly.
We're about to have our 4-game winning streak. I'm gonna speak it into existence now. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, right? I mean, if you jump on them early, we got a good shot.
Yeah.
I mean,
if Cade is back,
they're definitely not playing better. They're not playing significantly better. Definitely the Sixers, right? None of those teams are playing significantly better than the Pistons, right? So all I'm saying is we have every reason to believe we should
get
be
to
in
see
these games.
We get to see Ben Mathurin again. Let's get it. Come on,
That's
Ivey.
right.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, if Cade is back, we're winning all those games. I'm
I
just
hope
saying
so.
it now. I'm
Yeah,
just
dude.
whatever games Cade is a part of, like probably all four, we're winning.
And we will be on.
He's young. That ooh ouch is probably gone by now. I'm sure.
We'll definitely.
Yeah.
We go a 4-game winning streak, gets us back to 11-11. We are back. We are potting like immediately after the game, man.
Yeah.
So that's a
Yeah.
Saturday. So hell yeah, I'm getting on.
Oh
Right?
yeah. Yeah. Most definitely.
Yeah, man.
and you said tomorrow we play. Okay.
Monday,
Okay.
Wednesday, Friday, Saturday.
Monday,
Yeah.
Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Okay. Okay.
So yeah,
Okay. That's
you
like
know,
every
don't
other
stuff
day. And
your
then
face too much, guys.
no,
Well, us we can.
I might not
You
eat it
know,
all.
you know. Tryptophan, man. Tryptophan.
Yeah.
That turkey will hit, man. You don't want the
Man.
guys having a food coma.
Unless somebody making some, I don't really eat ham, but if somebody makes some really good ham, like you bake it just right, I'm gonna tear that shit up.
Yeah.
Just
My
like,
mom makes a killer pineapple ham. You know.
ooh, do she?
Oh yeah.
Ah,
She already
when they
made
make
one.
it right, and it
Yeah.
just,
Yep. Just peels off. Yeah. So
yes, that's what I mean.
that's what I'm saying. All right.
All
Well,
right.
join us next time for our recipe episode. And so
Yes, facts. We might be back before Thanksgiving. We might not. It just
yeah.
depends on how life is going at this point.
Now,
Sorry, we
everybody
missed that
stay
on y'all.
healthy,
Yes,
please.
please
Both
stay
of us
healthy.
are speaking from
Yeah,
experience. Please
yeah,
stay
because
healthy.
we've been going through life. That's why we've been missing out, man. Like we've been going through health stuff, life stuff. So, yeah, we sorry we've been missing out with y'all. Um, yeah, make sure y'all give us a follow at the names. Are you on Blue Sky?
Not yet. Are you?
Okay.
I guess I should, huh?
I am, and I don't. I mean, I don't even know how to push that. I guess it's just opinionated MJ minus the underscore. Um,
Okay.
yes. Make sure y'all follow East Meets West. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share. Cause I'm like he subscribed. You know what I mean? Hold on, point the right way.
That's right.
I have to point this way.
Hmm.
Just and yeah, we'll probably be back. I don't know. You free Tuesday? We can do the NBA.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
We'll
so we'll
definitely
be back.
take the temperature of the league,
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Tuesday. So,
That's there goes the title. Bam. So we'll be back Tuesday, y'all. So yeah, do that. Like, subscribe. Make sure y'all follow us. Tap in with us. I don't know when we're gonna do another live show, but we will. I will also say this. I finally figured out this Spotify shit on my phone. So
nice.
we're going to be going back to Spotify, iHeart, Apple, all of that. You name it is like right there. So yeah, be sure if y'all can't watch the YouTube, make sure y'all tap in with us there. And yeah, thank y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Take care.
Take care.